What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, CenterStrain01, and welcome back to some more Star Citizen footage. It is now finally released, the PTU version of 2.6.1, and I'm going to take this opportunity since I have a lot of ships available that I normally do not have available since I only have an Avenger. I'm going to show you guys 3 different ships. These ships are different multi-crew types of ships where you can actually transport multiple people and you can use them for different various settings. So I thought instead of doing just one video per one ship, we would just take this video and we would look around at some of the detail and all of the effort that goes into making this game Star Citizen. And if you would like to be a backer for this, I will leave a link in the description that will give you 5,000 free credits into purchasing weapons and armor and different types of outfits in the game that you can actually use now. So I think we'll start out with the smallest ship and we'll save the biggest one for last. These are only just 3 that I chose out here, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. So this is the Argo. This is the transport version. This is not a ship that is meant for fighting. As a matter of fact, you have no weapons on this whatsoever. This is a modular ship, meaning that, as you can clearly see, that this bottom section here will be able to detach from this, and you can have different types of modulars. This one in particular is a transport. So first off, we're going to go ahead and just kind of look around a little bit, and you can see that it is the Argo MPUV transport, and it is a size 1 to 2 ship. It's got shields, power plant, and a cooler, but again, no weapons. But just look at the detail on this. I mean, just think of how long it takes to actually make these ships. And there's so many ships already in the game, and some that we haven't even heard of yet. So it's a very good time to be a Star Citizen fan, as Alpha 3.0 is going to be coming out soon, and I think we're all pretty much excited for that. So, but I'm just going to give you a quick kind of look around here, and then we're going to head inside so you can see kind of what it looks like inside here in the pilot seat. So here you go. So when you're flying, this is how it's going to look. You're going to have your navigation stuff up on top that'll tell you who is surrounding you. But remember, there are no weapons on this ship. So it would be a good idea to get this bad boy into fighting. This is strictly for this type of transport vehicle, is to drop off soldiers to go into the fight. And I'll let you guys take an outside look at the ship here. The detail, like I said, is just truly, truly amazing. And I've put the frames per second up for you guys. I'm recording this in 4K, but just at 30 because I'm still, for some reason, not getting more. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. I know a lot of other people that are able to get it, but for some reason my rig just doesn't allow me to get a lot of frames per second in 4K, which it should, even though it just crashed. Well, there you go. Shit happens. Okay. Well, Uplay, somebody logged into Uplay, and that's what logged me out there. That was weird. But hopefully everything is still working correctly here. But yeah, I never get up to 60 frames, even no matter what I'm doing, even though I have a GTX 1080, which I should. But obviously, this is the PTU. You are supposed to get better frames in the actual PU, so I guess we're going to find that out too. So you can zoom out. You can take a look at the ship, zoom all the way in. We got this one, which allows us to zoom in even further. The detail is so amazing. First of all, you know it's the 2.6.1 because you don't see a pen hanging out of his out of his hand. So very, very nice detail. Now we're gonna get out. You can watch him get out. Alright, we can go into third-person view here, and let's take a look inside. So, and this is what, of course, that means by transport. You're gonna get these little things right here because of the first-person, third-person kind of view. It's a very, very small ship. You can zoom out. You can't move around though, but you can do this, which allows you to kind of move around and see. And you can see our head barely even fits in there. We're kind of clipping through the top there, which I think is actually kind of hilarious. Let's go back into first person. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can see you can carry up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 people in the transport version. There's also a cargo version which allows you to transport cargo. So the ship doesn't have a lot of things. It's a specific type of gameplay you're going to get out of this ship. So you got to use it to its strengths and its advantages. But pretty cool ship nonetheless. And next we're going to move over to a ship that I'm thinking about purchasing. I've been doing a lot of research on it. As you can see, it does have weapons. This is the Cutlass Black. They're doing a rework right now on this to make this look even more amazing, which should be out in the next couple of patches. This is still the older version, so it's not out just yet, the new version, but it has a completely new look to it, and I'm actually really excited about that. Turret size guns will let you see what kind of comes stock on it. The Badger repeaters are actually pretty decent weapons. Missiles, of course. And this is called the Drake Cutlass Black. There are two variants to this one. There's this is the main one. Then you've got the red and you've got the blue. So the blue is your military, kind of like a bounty hunter, or the police, or whatever you want to call it. And the red, I believe, is the medical. So it's got a med bay. A couple of different versions for you. And it is a ship that you can get inside. Again, we're trying to go through this pretty fast. I don't want to take too much of your time here when it comes to looking at these. I'll have a few videos of these out as I'm showing off ships that I myself have never really got a chance to use, so that's why I'm doing it. Now, another way that you can use it, obviously, this is going to be the official way to use it later on in the when the game is actually released, will be this button right here. But for now, you can actually just go up to the door and hit it and it will open. So if you want to get a size scale comparison, as you can see, definitely a lot more space than the one we were just in, right? And it's got beds. Clearly, when you go into third person, you know, it looks a little weird. But as you'll see, your character will get down. See how I fit now? And then he'll stand back up right here and get down. So it's got beds that you can sit in. I love the animations for these as well. And mainly because I'm still pretty new to all of this. To me, this stuff is fascinating, but I know probably a lot of Star Citizen players out there, they're already used to this ship. They've probably been flying it for years. Whereas I've only flew it a couple of times in the PU. That's just because either I stole it or someone else let me borrow it or something. I always found it funny that there is a toilet that you can sit down right next to the bed. So if you're the kind of person that likes to sleep while someone's taking a crap or vice versa, well, you're in for a treat. And again, there are different versions, so the insides will look a lot different, and it's going to look a lot different in the rework. So this is the old version, so once the new version comes out, this will be obviously obsolete. And then there's 2 drop seats that you can sit in. There is a turret. And to get to that turret, as you can see, there's these buttons here. Enter turret. Turret will drop. Now they're also doing a big rework on all of the turrets, as there's just so many glitches in pretty much every turret you get into. But you can see that this is made with real dirt and grime, and this is like handmade. It feels like it, as opposed to being like something that looks more industrial, or that looks more newer, or something like that. But as you can see, our hand is turned around backwards, so you can definitely tell that a newer version of this is warranted, and it's going to be coming out pretty soon. So we can take a look, kind of zoom out a little bit. Like the look of the ship, though. Alright, so now that we're back in here, now we can actually go and what this is going to do is open your docking. So like say if you're docking with another ship or you need to unload some people that you have in here, easily accessible there. And this will get you inside. Again, this is all going to be reworked and look a lot better. So we'll get up here into the pilot seat. Now what happens is, this takes actually quite a while, is it loads up. Once you're in, then it moves over to the middle, and then both seats are now in the middle. And then that's kind of what what it looks like. As you can see, this is like one of the first ships that was actually probably produced for this game. So it still has that older style look to it. Doesn't look as new and fresh, but they are going to, again, update this very, very soon. They're in the middle of it right now, so we all can't wait for that. That's going to be really cool. So there is your Drake Cutlass Black. And I'll just exit this way. And now it is time to go to my favorite ship so far that I've gotten to fly. I really haven't gotten to fly it too much, as I don't own this ship, but I'm really, really considering getting it. This is called the Constellation Andromeda. This is your all-around ship. Look at, you know, the cannons on these guys. I mean, size 4s. This is not, obviously, if you're the pilot, it's not meant to be a ship where you can just go around dogfighting in. But this is a big-ass multi-crewed ship, so there's going to be a lot of people that you can actually... you want people to be with you in this ship. Like, you don't want to be alone. So you want to have a good group. Turret up there. Turret down here. This is just one version. There's 3 other variants. There's the Taurus, there's the Phoenix, and there's the Aquila. So the Phoenix is your luxury version. So inside they replace a lot of the cargo bay and all that kind of stuff with like this luxuriness. Like this is like for transporting people that want to live in style. The Aquila is probably the best one out of all of them, and it has good cargo, good weapons. Andromeda is probably a mixture of both. And the Taurus is your basic run-of-the-mill, more cargo space, I believe, and they take out the extra ship that you have here. As you can see, there is a P-52 attached to this, so if you're in the middle of fighting and you have someone and you want some help, you can detach from this, and you have another fighter in there, which you don't get that in the Taurus version. It's a lot of things they got there. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and take a look inside. There's a few different ways you can get in. One way is the cargo bay, which drops, so you'll be able to, if you get this ship here, like say the Andromeda, you'll be able to get a which one? I think the Aquila is the one that has the rover, right? I might be wrong, but you'll be able to put like a dragonfly in there, or one of the rovers. But there's also another way in. As soon as I can get it, there we go. This is more of your single person entryway as opposed to using the cargo. Now this is this is probably one of the best ships that I think looks so far. And that's why I love it so much. It's just one of those ships that just, I don't know, just feels really nice to walk around in, to be, you know, kind of got lockers here, which you can store your items and equipment. A bathroom that you can glitch through if you want, or get stuck in. These are escape pods, but they're also beds. So if you get inside these, you're able to kind of use them to sleep. Now, what sleeping does in the game, I believe, is allow you to have a save point. So if you want to go to bed, or if you've got something else going on, you get in your bed here, and then you save, and then you come right back where you left off, which I think is a much needed feature. Not every ship has this, so if you're flying a dogfighter, you know, and you're out Maybe you have a big ship and you have your dogfighter stored in it. You need to go back to your big ship and then save, or else you could end up losing your ship. You could end up, you know, dying. There's so many different things that can happen. And here is the cargo bay. You can see it's actually a pretty good size cargo bay. Walk around, you have some more airlock, entry and exit points. Pretty cool stuff. Detail on this is just amazing. Same thing on the other side. And then when you go back here, you have your P-52 Merlin. Now you cannot fly this P-52 Merlin right now. You can fly the actual P-52 Merlin, but you cannot fly the one that is stored underneath this ship, as it is not flight ready yet. But you can get into the cockpit, and that's about all you can do. But it's still pretty cool to be able to detach from here, and then it's going to be even cooler to get back in it, like in mid-flight. I think that's a cool feature. But this will not be here in other versions of this Constellation. Like I said, in the Phoenix version, all this is going to be like this nice luxury back area, like a room for the captain. And then over here you'll have like the dining hall, you know, TVs, and it's really, really cool looking. Alright, so we're going to head into the main area now. And here is the bridge, all hands on deck. And you're supposed to be able to have all kinds of things to do once the actual live version goes live, or the actual game is released. You're going to be able to do, like, this is a multi-crew ship, so you're going to have multiple seats. You have 2 turrets, one on the top, one on the bottom. These turrets actually look a lot better than, say, the previous turret that we saw, which was in the Cutlass Black. And these are way more functional. And you've got some good range. And of course there's also, again, another one on the bottom. But we don't need to get into that because they all look the same. But depending on how you look or where you look will be a different... Go that one, see? You got different ones you can use. So here is the main. So you've got 2 co-pilots, and those co-pilots, to show you kind of what they do, they pretty much help you with shields. So let's say if you're in a fight with some smaller ships, but they're all in front of you, then they would be able to convert power to the shields, to your front shields, so that you would actually have a better shot at surviving, which I think is a pretty cool and unique thing to do. So you can move around shields, you've got weapons, you've got power, miscellaneous. There's all different kinds of things you can do, and you can move that to right, left, back, or front. Someone can be in charge of missiles. And then you have, of course, your pilot seat. And here you go. This is what you'll see when you're actually flying the plane, or the plane.
Enjoy the ride.
When you're flying the Constellation. One thing I say I don't like as much is there are, as you can see, it's not, you can't see as well, right? Because this is not a dogfighting ship. This is a ship meant for exploring. It's not meant for, you know, getting in these close fights and stuff like that. But it's not obviously one that has a huge opening so you can see. It's pretty cool though that they have the bottom glass so you can see below you. Let's take a look outside. You can just see the range of the ship, how big it is. Very, very cool stuff. But there you go, ladies and gents. I just wanted to show you a few ships, some stuff you haven't seen from me. Again, if you would like to back this game, you can. There are 2 starter packages that you can get into, and you can get into this game for very, very cheap. Trust me, this game is going to be worth getting into at some point, so I definitely recommend you doing so. Do it early, do it now to show your support for the developers, as this is going to be one of those games that will just take over your life. And I can't wait to actually get into it more and more. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm CenterStrain01, and I will see you next time. Peace out.